Welcome. We've learned several building blocks of tuning by ear as far as getting started on a piano. We've learned how important it is to tune unisons well, tune octaves, tune fourths and fifths, thirds and sixths. We've learned how to set our very first note of the piano by ear using a tuning fork. And we've learned how beats help us tune very, very accurately. At this point, I'm not sure I should be taking this on. I've been running for a while tonight, but I want to do it. I'm so excited to get this out. Many of you have been waiting for a very long time for this information, so I think it'll be worth it to you. So we're going to set a temperament, and a temperament is basically a template of an octave that from there, then basically all we need to do is tune octaves down and up on the piano, and voila, the piano's in tune. Okay, so we're going to start. Now, we already learned how to set our A. Let's go ahead and just check our A. And I'm going to check it with the fork. Okay, I'm thinking that's good. So we're going to go with that. We're going to tune the unisons of this A. You know what? I need to show you a temperament strip, just in case some of you haven't seen it. When you're learning to tune, it's not going to come super easy for you to tune unisons incredibly well, probably. Most people, it's kind of like learning a new language. You don't pick up on the nuances of what of the new vocabulary for, if you're immersed in it, it might take a few months. Even if you're studying hard, it might take 3-4 months, 2-3 months to kind of realize, oh, that's what I'm listening for, or that's what that means. Tuning is much the same, and my mentor, when I was learning how to tune, taught me that, and I found it to be true. I found it to be true with apprentices that I've worked with and taught to tune from scratch. So a very useful tool is just a temperament strip here. It's just a thin piece of felt that we can go ahead and I'm just going to weave this in between each note. All right, let me remove this tuning hammer. That's probably been really annoying on the Skyview camera there. And I'm not as quick as this as some because I don't use the temperament strip. I tune unisons as I go so that it forces me to get really good at tuning unisons. Now, I want you to think about this while I'm doing this. Just think about, if I tuned the most perfect temperament in the world, and it can't get any more perfect than that. It's perfectly equal. All the fifths and fourths sound wonderful. The octave sounds great. But I don't tune unisons well. What's the point? You're not going to hear that perfect tuning. It gets lost in the out-of-tune unisons. So that's why I go back to saying that the most important thing is tuning unisons. I can't say that enough. And you maybe think I've said it too much, but I haven't. So there. Okay, here we go. So I don't use this temperament strip for tuning very much. I use it for felt spacers or random repairs when I'm out and about. So it gets shorter and shorter the longer I go. I cut off pieces, but that's how you would use a temperament strip, and you would simply just tune the middle strings of each note. But I'm not going to do that. Okay? I'm going to tune the unisons as I go. Maybe you'll adopt my way, maybe you'll like the strip. It doesn't matter to me as long as your tuning's just excellent. Okay? So, we tune the middle string of our A. Let's tune the unisons. Great. I'm debating whether I should kind of keep this in real time and do very little editing, just so you get a feel for how long it actually takes and how much care you have to take sometimes to get it right. It's not worth taking shortcuts usually, at least not shortcuts that are going to be noticed anyway. So anyway, but here we go. Next step. So we've tuned the A to the fork. Now we're going to tune A3 to A4. It wasn't terribly off, but we're going to do a check here. I'm going to set my filter. The octave should sound good. And this should beat a little bit faster than the bottom one. So when I say top and bottom, the top note with the check note, the bottom note with the check note. Right? Okay. Now I'm going to tune the unisons of that note. So I can use it now. I just think it's so cool how this works. The fact that we can, by ear and with certain patterns of the sound, put together this little puzzle that fits so tightly together. It's amazing to me. Now I'm going to put my mute, so I've already tuned the unison on the left string. I'm going to go ahead and move this mute to the E, which is going to be the next note that I'm going to tune, and I'm going to tune this remaining unison. Now I realize this piano is very close to being in tune already. I don't do that to cheat or anything. Honestly, you want a piano to be really, really close before you tune it. Otherwise, it's not going to, you'll find that when you're done, the strings have changed pitch and they're not, where you thought you left them, they've changed from that. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. And honestly, actually, it's a little bit easier to tune when you're learning when it's further out of tune than when you're making tiny adjustments. The mechanics involved with using the tuning hammer are a little bit harder to make tiny adjustments, but that's what you want to work towards. Okay, now we're going to tune this E as a fifth up from this A. Now remember, this has to be wide, so this needs to beat a little faster than this, and it does. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm setting the filter to this frequency so that we can hear that pulse, so I can amplify it in post-production. The fifth has a lilt to it, and it's narrow, which is what I want. I'm going to tune the unisons of that. Now I'm going to move my mute to actually this D4. That's going to be the next one I tune. I can also check that fourth. Let's see, we want to put the filter up here to here. This should be slower and then relatively faster. It is. It tells me that it's wide. I go back over where I've gone to see if I need to make adjustments. Sometimes the temperature of the room or you just tuned it and it wasn't quite stable. But I'm recognizing that this fourth is not wide enough. So I'm actually gonna go back to my A3. Because when I listen to, let me show you here. When I listen to these beats, they're too similar. I need to stretch this out a little bit more. Sorry, now I'm going to quickly catch up again. Next note is E. Let me set the filter here. Now you'll notice, I gotta get it on the right note. Those beat about the same. The fifth is too pure. I need to make this E a little bit flatter. I had to retune my unison there to make it cleaner. There's our fifth. This beats faster and slower. That's what I was listening for. Now we'll check the fourth. We're going to go up an octave. Yeah. That's what a fourth sounds like. Okay, so now we'll go down to our D. Tune the unisons on the E. Now I'm going to tune my D next. Listen to that. Now I've been, all these other notes were sharp because I tuned the piano previously at a higher pitch. So I hear faster beating there. And I'm going to guess that this fourth is too wide. Let's hear the check on that. This is a lot slower. That's a lot faster, almost twice as fast. Too much faster. So remember, we already tuned the A, we're going to tune the D, and we're going to make it a little bit flatter, and because the fourth is wide, that's going to slow the beats down a little bit. Okay, now let's listen to this check. About a beat a second. We're going to listen to this fifth also to hear just as another check. It's much more pure. I like that. It's maybe too pure. I'm going to bump this just a little bit sharper. There, I like that. Now the reason, so we go with E first, we tune E, and then we also tune D, because it's kind of like closing, our tuning's kind of a circle, okay? We're gonna kind of follow the circle of fifths and fourths if you're familiar with that, but we're gonna alternate fifths and fourths so that it fits within an octave. So we start out with A3, tune up a fifth, down a fourth, up a fifth, down a fourth, up a fifth, down a fourth. Now we can't go up a fifth because that would be outside of our A, so we're going to go down another fourth. We're going to, instead of tuning this B flat, we're going to tune this B flat. Okay, then up a fifth, down a fourth, up a fifth. Now notice this is going to be, this D is the last note in this cycle, up a fourth, before we get to A again. So it's kind of like we're setting both ends of this cycle as a check. So when we get to the end of that pattern, if our D doesn't match, then we know, oh, okay, we overdid it one way or another. So I'm going to set the unisons on the D, and the next note we're going to tune is a fourth down from E, which is B. Okay, now we're going to tune B off of E as a fourth. Sounds pretty pure. I'm going to set our filter where we need it to be. Let's see. Right? I need to get the correct note here on our filter. There we go. This is B. It's 2 octaves above the upper note of the major third. Those beats are both really fast, so it's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but when I play the fourth, it's too pure, so I know I need to go flatter. We're looking for that difference in beat speed. And here's the fourth. I think that's pretty close, so I'm going to go with that. I think that's there. Next note, we're going to go up a fifth to F sharp. We're going to tune F sharp off of B. That fifth sounds pretty busy for some reason. Let's go where we need to and listen to the beats. Okay, here we go. We're listening to this frequency. We're going a major 6 below the low note, and then a major 10th as our check. it gets a little bit faster. That shows that our fifth is wide. So this note's too sharp. So even though it sounds pretty pure, it's not right. I need to knock this F sharp a little bit flatter. Then I can check this major sixth. Now I've tuned a lot, so you get to know how fast a certain interval should beat, kind of. So that one sounds good to me. I mean, I can tell like if it's drastically slower or faster than what it should be. I can tell that at that point, so I check it. But this sounds about right to me. So I'm going to tune the unisons of the F sharp, and then I'm going to tune C, go down a fourth, and tune C sharp off of that F sharp. Okay, going down to the C sharp. All these notes have been too sharp, right? And this fourth sounds too pure. I'm gonna go ahead and set, oh, we're already there where we need to be on the correct note on the filter. So it's too pure, so the beats should be too similar in speed. Let's see if that's the case. And in fact, it's a narrow fourth. This bottom one is a little bit faster than the top. Okay, so I'm gonna knock this C sharp down. Okay, listen to the check. Yeah, I like that difference. It might be a little bit too pure, but we'll find out later as we compare. So I'm going to tune the unisons on this C sharp. Now I'm going to go up a fifth to G sharp. Now, one thing I like to do at this point after tuning the C sharp is play A and C sharp. And again, that's one after tuning several times. Again, I can recognize, oh, that's going to be too slow. It's not going to fit into the pattern, or it's too fast. I'm liking it though. So now we're going to go to G sharp, tuning a fifth. Sounds too pure. Let's see. We want to go to G sharp 6 here. I mean 5. Okay, so kind of like the last fifth that we tuned, it's slightly wide. This beat, this lower check, beats a little bit slower than this. Check it again. Just a tiny bit, almost the same. So this G sharp needs to be tuned flatter. Yeah, I like that. Now we've already tuned this B, so now we can use major sixths to help us just know that we're on track. I'm going to play this major sixth here, which means I need to move the filter to D sharp 6. I'm going to listen to this beat compared to this major sixth. I'm sorry, I need to move the filter for you. And you can hear that this upper one is faster than the one below it, which is what we want, right? Because it's got to slow down as it goes down. But we haven't tuned this G yet, so we can't check it with the B flat. We can only do the whole steps apart from each other. Okay, so G sharp's good. We're going to tune the unisons and go down to D sharp or E flat. Okay, here we go. Too pure. Okay, let's see what we got. Again, we have a narrow fourth, which is the opposite of what we need. So we need to tune this E flat flatter past pure and beyond till it's a wide fourth. Went too far, right? And you begin, after a while, you begin to lock in the difference, this ratio between the slower beating check and the upper one. You begin to say, yes, that's the correct difference. The difference in speed. You say, yes, that is correct. And the fourth beats after about a second. Okay, we're going to tune the unisons of the E flat, and we're going to tune B flat. Okay, that's good. Now I can also, at this point, would be a good time to check my major thirds and see if this major third beats faster than this one down here. Yeah, I'm on the right note. And indeed it does. Okay, so that's just another check to say, like, okay, we're not too far off here. Now we're tuning B flat off of E flat. Okay, so we're going to want to put our filter on B flat 5. So I'm just going to listen to the fourth. That actually beats the correct amount of activity for a fourth, but let's hear if it's wide, because you can be fooled. I mean, if it's narrow. almost sounds actually pure to me. It's just our unisons making it not sound pure. Tune that. This E flat might have crept up sharp on me again. We'll see. But I'm going to tune this B flat down a little bit. Okay, I like that. I'm going to tune the unisons of the B flat. Next note is F. We're going to tune up a fifth. I'm guessing that I'm wrong on this E flat, that it crept up sharp on me again, but we'll find that out in a second. There, now we could do our major thirds. Our tricky major thirds descending. But we can't go to that one yet because we haven't tuned the C. So let's tune our F off the B flat. I'm going to go ahead and set the tuner, the filter to F5. Okay. This is actually a little narrow. This is telling me I need to tune my F up a little bit. That's different from every other note we've tuned. So I might have fouled up there, but that's okay. You can always go through again. I'm just going to do it though. Like that. Now, in the thirds and sixths video, there's something I didn't tell you, and that's called contiguous thirds. You take a major third, and then you keep the bottom note and go a major third below that. Keep the bottom note and go a major third below that. Now, the relationship there, you already know that major thirds, as you go up chromatically, should increase in beat speed just ever so slightly and evenly. So that means by the time you get up to here, it should be a lot faster. And it's about a ratio of 4 beats to 5. So, and let me see if I can get that on the filter for you. Okay, here we go. Very fast. Oops. So it's okay. I mean, it's okay. I just think of it as really fast, a lot less fast, and a lot less fast. And again, you learn, you start to remember, oh, this is not right. It's not even enough. It's not going to work out. Anyway, we've tuned this F. I'm happy with it based on what we have so far. We're going to tune the C off of the F. Let me tune the unisons here. It's not like the best contiguous thirds I've ever heard, but they're pretty good. Okay, now I'm gonna tune this C. We're almost done here. Hang on. A few more notes. Okay, let's see. No pun intended. All right, yeah, my kids are rolling their eyes, I'm sure, at this point, but. I'm just gonna go down a little bit. Flatter with the C. It's too. I tested these thirds. Now listen to this. This is where these thirds come in handy. You can tell when I get to this C E major third that it beats too slow in the pattern. Okay. Let's see. I need to go up here. Okay. It slows down drastically, and then it goes faster again. So I know that this third is wrong. The note I'm working on is C. To make that work, I need to move the C flatter, and that will speed up the beat of this major third. And this fourth sounds too pure. If I put it on the filter here and do the check, it's too pure. They're too similar. The difference in speed is too great. The fourth is too wide. I'm going to move the C up a little bit still. I think I like that. Now let's listen to these thirds. Check this out. Now it fits better, doesn't it? I told you way back there, if you remember, that I thought that this E flat was too sharp. And I still think it might be the case, but we'll see. It might be good enough. Okay, where were we? We tuned the C. Now we're going to, oh look, I can check sixth too. The only one I can't use is G yet. I haven't tuned that yet. So if I was to go to this, sorry, let me get. See how those slow down progressively? That's what we want, except I meant to play this one. Now again, I'm skipping over that one because the G's, it's not a good test. Okay, so we are on the C. We're gonna go up to G. So I'm gonna tune the unisons on the C. Yes, every once in a while I like to just listen to it musically and say, how are things coming, you know? Anyway, okay. Okay, now we're going to tune this G off of the C as a fifth. Let's get where we want to be with our beat filter thingy. Sounds too pure to me. Let's hear the check. Yeah, the beats are the same. So this G needs to go flatter. Too flat, way too busy. Nah, we're not there yet. Oh, maybe we are. I like that. Remember, you're hearing this on a beat filter. It's a lot easier for you. Some intervals are just quieter than others for some reason. You have to kind of play it in different ways to bring it out, move your head around, things like that. Okay, now we've already theoretically tuned our D, so I'm going to tune the unisons on this G. Apparently the hardest part of this temperament today is going to be tuning the unisons on that G, but... Okay, let's see how it sounds against the D. We might have gotten away with this. Let's see. Let's put the filter here on our check note. We're going to check the beats for checking this fourth, G to D. Might have done it. Let's see. The unisons were kind of wandering on that. I like it. Okay, so we've tuned every note between A and A. Let's hear different intervals. Let's just play major triads. I heard a problem right away. This one didn't sound right, and this is beating too fast. Let me see if I can pull that up for you. I told you that D, E flat was too sharp. So let's see if we can afford to knock it down. I'm not following with the filter just because I was getting lazy, but I'll go ahead and play that for you. I like that mucho better. Let's just listen to the quality of the fourths surrounding this. I'm going to check the fifths. I didn't like this one as much. So the question to me is, look, I'm listening. Let me show you what I'm listening to here. I'm listening to this. This I mean. And I'm asking myself, is that fifth too narrow? Maybe a little bit. I'm gonna check my thirds. Let me have you hear that as well. No. Well, that sounds pretty good. Sometimes we hear voicing issues and we think they're tuning issues. Like, I just want to point out this G sharp's a lot brighter than the A and the G. Sounds like I'm hitting it harder, but I'm not. So it's making the quality of that fifth sound a little bit different. This one that sounded bad sounds much better to me now. This B triad. What I heard here was unisons a little bit. Just has a little bit of a whine to it. That sounds a lot better. Whoa, I must have hit the wrong unison there somewhere. Oh, I know what I did. Did we forget to tune the unisons of the E flat after fixing it? I think so. I don't know what happened actually. Something's funky with the C flat still. I don't know what I did. You probably saw it on camera, but I'm gonna tune that E flat again just to. So then you can just go fifths. And if you hear anything you don't like, you can kind of examine it closer. Boy, this does not want to stay, does it? Okay, I like that better. I'm just hearing little stuff. I'm going to move this B flat a little bit flatter. It'll clean up the fifth. And it'll make this fourth a little more active like it should be. But it's got to fit in with the thirds. So you can go through and clean up as long as you want, as long as you have patience for it. I hope you're noticing how much, when the unisons are just a little bit off, how much it changes the quality of the tuning. So, in short, yeah, right, this has been anything but short, right? But thanks for riding along with me. You need to start developing the ability to hear the beats, hear the beat speeds, and compare one speed to another so that you can use these checks. Start going through tuning a temperament and saying, okay, we need to tweak it like this. And I do not expect that any one of you would nail it on your first try. It takes a lot of practice, I think. Just go at it. And I don't know, I personally am comfortable with not checking the temperament to a machine. I think if you're going to tune by ear, the attitude has to be kind of like, well, who cares what the machine says? I'm tuning by ear. That's the standard I'm using. Now, you can use kind of a hybrid approach, of course, and I do a lot of times, but I think the check should be how the intervals sound. And if it sounds good, and sounds even from one key to the next, that should be the ultimate criteria by which you should judge. But that is a temperament that I love to use. A to A, using the circle of fifths, using sixths and thirds to check that. And I welcome your comments, questions. I don't expect that my temperament's here to be judged whether how perfect it is. I think it's good enough. It's pretty, and honestly, it's pretty good. It's pretty close. For me, when a tuning is crystal clear, it's just a beautiful thing, and I can't wait for you to get started learning. Thanks for joining me, and tune in for more tips, tricks, technical fixes in the future and anything else that you might want to see, let me know. Thanks again.